Can words change your life? And would you rather live on Victoria Street or Victoria Parade? Bonjour, life sparklers, it's Claire, and welcome to the Integrally Alive podcast. Practical wisdom and tools for unconventional humans to embody their unapologetic self and create a life of freedom and joy. As usual, you can find show notes and resources on the website integrallyalive.com. And this summer, I was at an speaking event, and heard the story of a woman who shared on stage how she overcame depression and wanting to heal herself. And it's very brave to do that on stage because it's not nearly as talked as much as we need to. I mean, depression and suicidal ideation are well spread in our society today, and no one's really talking about it. There is a really big stigma on it. So I was really impressed and thankful. And when she came off the stage and she sat just right to me, like next to me, I turned to her and say thank you, and especially bravo for her courage, expressing that I know how difficult it can be to talk about suicide, especially on stage. And she looked at me with surprise and answered she never thought about her story as suicide. She never related it. Now, I was surprised. I mean, you would think that, killing yourself, suicide, isn't it like the same thing? Well, apparently not. And no, it isn't. And it's not that obvious. So this is quite a dramatic example, but we do this all the time in our life. We use words to make the situation sounds more, acceptable. And for example, there is a sentence I hear all the time, and I heard so many variations of this sentence in my coaching practice, but it goes something like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm just very, very busy." Okay, then you don't need much help. I mean, everything is under control, right? Or the illusion of control. And in my life, a word I used a lot was tired. And I came to realize that sometimes I was tired and I needed some rest. And sometimes something was wrong. And my tiredness was a sign that I needed to change something. Basically, often I was just bored and uninspired by what I was doing. And I needed to reconnect to, what makes me feel alive, that passion and joy. Things like doing this podcast, for example, for you. So I had this elephant in the room, and it was hiding behind tired. The thing is, until I called it by its real name, nothing I would do would change the situation. Of course, because nothing I could do to resolve being tired would solve being uninspired. It's just not the same thing. And actually, it was quite the opposite even. The more I would rest, the more I would feel uninspired, right? And that sounds logical when you take a step back and you look at it. So I learned to recognize it. And today I know that when I feel that kind of tired, I need to look at the elephant behind. Where am I uninspired? Where is something off my life? And I can do it even before it has grown so big, I just can't ignore it, And the sooner the better. So does this ring a bell to you? Do you have a word hiding an elephant? And what I'm really talking about here is awareness. Awareness is the key to any transformation. I mean, it's the first step. Unless you say hello to the elephant in the room, it's not going to move. It wants love and attention, like everyone. So I will talk more about elephants and how to hug them even in further podcasts. But for now, tell me, can you recognize this in your life? And maybe it's not you, or maybe it was in your life before, and now you know it, like the word tired, I learned to recognize. Or maybe you know someone and you can see their elephant and you can see the word and probably they won't. So can you see any word any elephant is hiding behind? I'm curious. And that's it. That was your weekly dose of fierce love. A mix of love and brutal honesty. Boom! Life just got easier. Don't thank me. Thank you for showing up to your unapologetic self. You like it? Great. You want more? Subscribe so you get your weekly dose. You want even more? Hop on my socials and share your thoughts and comments. I love to read them and reply with fierce love. Stay tuned for the next episode. Au revoir.